Trump's intentions because I strongly feel that this is true. Um, so we're gonna get right into it. All right. So uh, I have been trying my best to keep up with pretty much everything that's been going on with with him signing the executive orders. Um, Also about the LA fires, the stuff that's going on in LA. Uh, I've been really trying my best to keep up with everything, and it ain't but so much one man can do, you know, without any help, right? So, Trump's intentions, in my book, Trump's a leader. Okay, he is he is a massive leader, and for someone to come into presidency, um, rich as hell, um, the first time and the second time, what I'm saying, it shows, what I'm saying, the leadership shows. It shows that what he does works. The plans that he put in effect works. It works for him. So if it works for him, he knows and feels that it will work for America. America is really on the decline. I don't think America really can get no worse than this other than like martial law. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, like, even though like Trump has like a past and you got people just digging up all kinds of negative things about him, it doesn't change the fact that he's the president. Okay. And it doesn't change the fact that what he says goes. And if anybody has a problem with it, then they don't, if anybody has a problem with it, with whatever he's trying to accomplish, and it's the people around him and government, period, he's already expressed that he's going to have him investigated and he's going to get him out of there because apparently their priorities is not really focused on the inclination of America, right? So I strongly feel, and these are my opinions, you're welcome to get up here and you're welcome to say kind of whatever you want to say. Just keep it respectful without name calling. But his intentions, like I'm going through that. You're gonna have to go through the bad to get to the good. So this is a very important part in history. You know, just like how you guys witnessed how black people were slaves. You know what I'm saying, and then the white people had their little ordeal beforehand. You know what I'm saying. Everybody has something going on, and right now we're witnessing the Hispanics and Mexicans be driven out. Of America. And a lot of people, because those people have came into the America illegally and has basically planted roots. A lot of people feel like because they planted roots, because these people now have jobs and they have thriving families, that the illegal part kind of goes away. And that's not how justice works. You know what I'm saying? Like just because something illegal went on for so long doesn't make it legal. You know, and so it's kind of those people's fault for actually establishing all of these benefits with America, and it's the government's fault too. But you got to look at what was going on within the government. Okay, a bunch of people, a bunch of greedy people, was finally getting their shot at the higher portion of a totem pole, right? So so and I've been through this, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been through it where my folks was really like they was really like alienating my parental rights for a very long time and thought that it was okay because time had passed by. But illegal is illegal. Okay. And I know if I was doing something illegal, no matter if it was for 20 minutes or 3 days or 5 days, it's still illegal. And as soon as the right person, as soon as the right law-abiding citizen catches wind of it, I'm out of here. Okay, and so that's kind of what's going on, And it's unfortunate that these people come from a place where they couldn't really thrive because of a cartel, you know, because of a group of people intimidating, stealing, robbing, and killing all that stuff. It's very unfortunate that they did that. But at the same time, they didn't go about the process as they should, right? And it's about like fighting for freedom, you know, like slaves been through it where they wanted us to go through a process in order to get freedom or freedom papers or whatever. And then a lot of people was going around that process, and it was, of course, it was wrong, but it wasn't right either to even have a process in place for people who's running from death. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of inhumane, but you know, we're an economy. We have to continue. We have to keep a stable economy so the people that was rightfully born here and can thrive. You know, and it's a lot of stuff is just unfortunate. But again, like I feel like Trump really his intention. He's a leader, and you're gonna have to. He got a plan for all of this, and once he kind of get the illegals and the ones who are like committing crimes here, you know, and doing just a whole bunch of stuff. Like once he kind of get them out of here, I'm sure that he's going to implement something to where the Hispanic people and the Mexican people, though he's going to critique that process to where they can actually come over here and not have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, being deported and things of that nature. But things are a process. You got to go through the ugly first. Okay. I went through it. Okay. And I'm still kind of going through it. But my intentions is for everybody to be happy. My intentions is just not for me to benefit. And Trump is not the type of leader that he just wants to be the only one to benefit. I think that we've seen enough of that with the presidents prior to that, right? And there's a plan in place, but this is what has to be done first. And I mean, if Trump really didn't care about the Mexican people, he wouldn't be trying to fight the cartel. He'll just be shipping people back and all that extra stuff and say, hey, y'all just deal with it. No, he's like, nah, y'all gonna go back and I'm gonna fix the reason why you don't want to be there. So a lot of people not taking that into consideration. It's so many people that's saying all this negative stuff and they're not trying to see or put themselves in a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? Let me read the comments right quick. Henry Elders, illegal, illegal, illegal. I know, buddy. I know. He also said, stop talking, answer this question. Do you have Fortnite? Hold on. And then Chillin says, very few slaves come to America willingly. Well, at this point, and Fortnite, no, I don't have Fortnite, man. I tried playing Fortnite, but man, I'm a grown man. I got to have that realistic. I got to have that Call of Duty, you know, or that PUBG. I definitely play PUBG. All right. Um, but yeah, people, man, it seems like, well, when it comes to slaves, man, that right there, it seemed like we was. I don't want to say we, you feel me? Because I'm way down the line, but uh, it's still some controversy with that because they still haven't really given us black people a real nationality, right? And there's like two of them that's really out there, which is Israelites and Indians. So and Africans don't like us, okay? And I keep hearing it, but I see it too. Africans and Haitians, and they don't like us, okay? And I ain't really figured out why, but maybe it's because of how we talk. Maybe it's because of how we carry ourselves. Maybe because we have perfect English. But uh, our nationality is more so. That's why we haven't received any reparations. You know, our nationality is kind of made up, right? So so our nationality is within Israelites or Indians. So that's either we was already here or we was brought here. Like Kutakinte was like African, so he was brought here, you know. And you got slaves that was born here. You feel me? So Mr. Mark says criminals fighting criminals is wild. Man, hey man. You talking about like I know you're talking about like how Trump has this like history or whatever the case is, man. Man, you're right, man. As we the people, it's still us versus them. And that's the truth. It's still us versus them. For the most part now though, it seemed like we the people is finally getting our shot at leading this country, you know. And this is the first president that I've actually been blessed to like experience someone who's willing to a president now that's willing to listen now, who's willing to listen now. And even though this is his what second go round, I feel that what happened was when Biden kind of took the chair, Trump just went and did his research. He did his homework. He did his homework, and when he came back, and I'm pretty sure he's probably was like, and when I get back, they all got to go. Like, and I'm not saying Mexicans or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the corruption is what I'm saying. And people not understanding that Trump came in this thing rich both times. Like he wasn't a president that was on an allowance. He came in with money, and Trump could easily send everybody in America $500, a free $500 check. That's just the way I see it. So I think it's best to have a president that is financially stable outside of his presidency and is willing to sacrifice his salary as a president. You know what I'm saying? And that's something right there. Like that's different right there, because he's just letting you know that he's not greedy. Like he's not. It's not about greed. It's not about money either. I'm sorry, y'all. Charles K said, "What is your opinion on reducing government salaries?" Government salaries, in my opinion, should be about as much as police people. Like, because government people don't really, in my opinion, they don't really do any hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of their stuff is really based off of, in my opinion, based off of like surveys, surveys, and crunching of some numbers or whatever the case is, like super accountants. You know what I'm saying? But I strongly feel that they really shouldn't make anything above like $100,000 a year. You know, and that's still a lot. You feel me? Like really. And I feel like their salaries should be reduced if they're not, if America is not like being prosperous, you know? Like I feel like all of their salaries should be reduced. I feel like their salaries should not increase. Like it's like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So I mean, I'd rather their salaries decrease and mine's increase, you know? Because if you think about it, they're kind of the ones that's kind of in control of that stuff. So they need to be reduced. The government people need to be willing. They need to be humbled. You know what I'm saying? Like they, and that's what Trump is doing. Trump is humbling them. You know, like he's already reduced his salary. I think the presidency salary is like 450,000 a year or something like that. I'm not really sure about that. Maybe somebody can put it in the comments on average how much a president make, right? Um, excuse me, I'm sorry, but the people like I think the highest salary I ever had was like $54,000 a year. You know, and I had to struggle to get that. I had to work through a hostile environment. Like I had to work through like being threatened on the job, my life being threatened on the job just for 55,000 dollars a year. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, they should not really have the government's salary. Their government official salary shouldn't be no more than 100K a year. You know, straight like that. Why should they be the only ones making super money? You know, when there's Americans out here that really needs the financial stability, really needs the help. You feel me? And a big portion of the bucket, the money that's in the bucket, is going towards the government officials. Like, and they're not even really putting money in our pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, America is so damaged that we need another round of stimulus checks. We need, like, America needs to be stabilized. Because right now everybody, from what it's seen, is scraping the bottom of the bucket. So you know, them with him, if he feel like if he's cutting people's salaries and he's all of that extra money that's gonna be left over should be jam packed in stimulus. Let's get around the stimulus checks. Let's do that because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. When I had saved up a lot of money, like my best year was the year they started handing out those stimulus checks. I saved every last one of them, y'all. On top of that, I was already saving up my tax income checks because I was at a point in my life where I was ready to buy land and buy a house for my kids. I was there. You know why I was at that point? Because at that point it had gotten that easy. I was like, yes, it's finally time to stop renting. It's finally time to relocate my family to somewhere safer. And it wasn't the economy that messed me up. It was my kid's mom that messed me up. She messed all of that up. And shout outs to her for that. Because now it's gonna take triple as like the triple the amount of money that I really don't even have now to get to that point again. Like it's horrible. It's really horrible. I'm reading comments now, y'all. Mark says, I'm just waiting for Trump to bring attention to the epidemic of lonely men out there. He needs to open up brothels in all 50 states. Hold up. Dating market is, and then it say D. I couldn't, so it won't let me finish. Dating market is dead. Mark, Mark. Okay, first off, Mark, I'm gonna say a very reluctant no on brothels. Okay, meaning I'm unwilling to say no. However, man, you don't want that, man, because the dating market, like you said, is dead. The women are, in my opinion, are kind of too independent to have another head of the household in the house. It's just gonna clash. And on top of that, it's like the women are playing hopscotch, and they're just hopping from one man to the next, trying to hop their way up the ladder. So you don't want a brothel because you're gonna end up encountering somebody you probably loved for a very long time in there, especially if they're local. Because women just it seemed like it's something clicking in their mind that it's okay to sell their body. It's okay to expose their nakedness to men for money. Like I wanna know who started that and kind of put them in prison. Because it sucks, man. I'm with you. It sucks. Okay, it's not having a significant other, a man not having a significant other. I don't care what type of motivational videos is out there about being alone and being solid in solidarity. Man, you want a woman to wrap her arms around you when you get off of work, right? You want a woman to be kissing you on your forehead, okay? Like, so I feel where you coming from, man. I definitely do, man. But no to brothels. No to brothels. Okay. And believe it or not, they exist. I don't care what people say. There's a brothel somewhere. There is one somewhere. But you got to be plugged in. You got to be plugged in, and 9 times out of 10, it's somewhere in somebody's basement in your neighborhood or around the corner somewhere. But you got to be plugged in. And the the health the way health is declining, you know, because of the how you say promis just women. I want to say promiscuity, but the by the how promiscuous um, men and women are starting to be. And I'm as a man, I'm gonna say more women. You know, like the health is declining, and they better start coming out with some more cures. Because I mean, what are they curing anything now? Are they curing anything these days anymore? Because I mean, really. So, uh, yeah, no to brothels, and I would like for everybody to just really like change their like perception of what Trump is doing. He's not trying to hurt people. He's trying to correct something that was wrongdoing. And a lot of people not gonna see that at first, but it's like there you go, promiscuity, 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 promiscuity. I think I said it right. But he's just doing it to help the economy out. It needs to be stabilized. He just put like I was reading, he put a freeze on grants and things of that nature. He's gaining control. Everything has to stop, and that's what you got to do. You have to do that. You know, it's like a train. Like with something going on in the train. Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to stop the train. That's the first thing we need to do. And then secondly, we need to assess the situation. So a lot of people not understanding too that the presidents that was in the chair didn't really have any control. Everything was just doing, you know? Excuse me. I'm sorry. Everything was just going. Everything was just doing. Hold on. Hold on. I got you, Mark. Reading the comments. Mark says, how are men supposed to work 80 hours a week or start business and be someone great when you come home to an empty apartment with no affection from, I'm assuming it says a woman. Well, that you're right, man. You know, us men really built America on with our blood, sweat, tears, and I don't even care what color did it. It's the fact that like the men was doing it. The men was doing it. Then we incorporated women, you know, and they somewhat ran a race with it. You know, a lot of people want to distract people from the gender that did it and focus on the color that did it. And it's the gender, right? It's the gender. What gender is putting more work where? And so when men we're men, we was here first in a way. God made Adam first, and a lot of people don't want to accept that. You know, they think just you know, it was Adam and Eve. First, it was Adam. And Adam was given the task of taking care of everything. That was his task. And God was like, my boy need a woman. He need a one. He need a woman. So I'm gonna put him in a deep sleep, and he's gonna wake up beside a woman, someone that's gonna keep him company, someone that's gonna help him, someone he can love, you know. And that's kind of what happened. But a lot of people, it's too much stuff going out here that's focusing more on color and not focusing on the gender. And the men really kind of built this world wherever, it doesn't matter, wherever. Men and horses and mules. Men, horses, mules, you know, the woods, even wood helped us build all of this stuff. I mean, it's really real out here. You know, there's a lot of distraction going on. But Yes, a man. I don't want to. If I'm gonna do 80 hours, and you know, like if I got to work that hard and then have to deal with a female that is basically toxic and want to bite my head off at the fact that I'm gone all the time and not understanding that the economy is calling for this out of me, this level of production out of me, or my dream for us, my vision for us is calling for this high level of production out of me, then I'm gonna have to do it myself without a woman in my house. And I'm gonna do it in a mentality where I don't even want to deal with a woman every now and then. Like I'm just gonna solely focus on my vision, and once that vision becomes a success, then I'll be ready to settle down, you know, with everything that I worked hard for, you know. So I feel you, Mark. I appreciate you communicating, Mark. Mark says men want to be loved and cared for from a woman. There is a reason why God put a kitty on this earth. Right. We got the, he gave us hips too. So, and energy, and he gave us the seed. He gave us the fruit. You know what I'm saying? And uh, he gave us that because we need something to beat on in a good way, right? He don't mean beat on women, period, but we got to get that energy out, you know. So Mark says, if I'm working 80 hours, I better be coming home to some kitty. Best believe that. Hey man, I feel you. But the way things are now, man, it's used. The kitty is used. The kitty is shared, whether you like it or not. And it is harder to find someone who you can trust, is not friendly, and is not out here creating super access to themselves. And that's one of my pet peeves. Like I don't want to deal with a woman that is super excessive. Like especially like women who like go to work, go to a job, and want to hand out their contact information, and now people from work is contacting you at home. I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's too much. So now the conversation that you're supposed to be giving me now is you're shared. And now you are you are having a conversation with somebody that you work with, you know what I'm saying, at home. And so that's kind of where the poison starts. The poison starts with, and for women, for me, for women, the poison starts where they feel that they can have friends, and they feel that every person that they meet, including people at work, they can give out their phone number or uh, Instagram or whatever and talk to them outside of work. And it's like, why are they even that important? Like, you didn't even know these people before you got the job. So, it's like you did me the same way, except I'm living with you. Think about that. That's like the first step. Like you did that, you did me the same way. Now we live together. So it's like, well, I don't really feel so secure in this relationship because I'm starting to see that you're starting the process that me and you went through. You're starting that with other people. And so it's like, if I say something about it and it's a problem, eh, you're showing me that I'm coming in between you and that person's friendship. And it's like, why is it even important? You know what I'm saying? Like you want to talk to somebody, go get a professional. Let's go get a professional. Or let's get the kids in a circle and we all can talk, you know? So that's how I feel about that, man. That's exactly how I feel about that. So yes, the dating, it sucks, man. It sucks. But there are women out there that want to be in a relationship. I just don't think it's American women. I don't think American women need to be in a relationship. I think what America has done was they have basically put turned women into workaholics like men. And that was the plan the whole entire time. Not to only have one gender or one sex that does all the hard work, it's best to have two. It's best to have man and woman doing all the hard work, and they win. They win off of production, because of course the company's making double or making triple while you're making double, or making quadruple while you're making double. You know what I'm saying? So it's best for to get the woman and the man in the workplace. And when you get the woman and the man in the workplace, at that point now the use of a man is limited now, because now this woman is bringing in double what he's bringing in, and she has YouTube. She can look up how to change her own tire. She can look up how to cut her own tree down. She can look up how to do her own tune up, but she still can't think like a man. That's the only thing, because God made that woman the weaker vessel, you know. So yeah, Mark, that's yeah, and that's one of them things you got to take. How you say, you got to take the bad with the good, or how you take the good with the bad, or however you want to say it. But again, no matter what, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Really though, straight like that. Charles K. World War II is what really kicked off women in the workforce. I believe you. I definitely believe you. And the women got tired of the men leaving and not coming back. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting their medals sent home. You know, and then they got to the point where, uh, especially once the like cell phones and stuff started to curve everything, the men were coming home from the military, coming home from battle. She's talking about ta-da, and he's been gone. He's been gone. So it's too many men that suffer from coming home to kids that ain't even his, because the woman got vulnerable. You know, and the more us men, the more we voice it, the more of a problem it is. So put it this way now, just like how the President Trump got into this chair, he got into this office and he's taking control. We got to do the same thing. And the only way we can really do that is to just flood Donald Trump with letters. I mean, we can gather all day and talk about it. I mean, we can go on strike about it, but all the women gonna do is go to the next man who's not even paying it no mind. And there's men out there that's not paying it no mind. Straight like that. Make sure you guys hit this like, thumbs this up, thumb it up, and subscribe if you want to. Charles K says it was more of the fact that we needed more manufacturers while men were at war. That's true. The women had to step up to the plate. They had to step up to the plate. And it's like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I felt like that was the case. Then the women shouldn't have had to work as hard though. So if a man was there before he went to war and he was making $5.50 an hour, just say that, right? And then he goes out to war. I felt like there should have been a benefit to where, all right, well, if this woman has to go and take his place, then she needs to be making $10.50 an hour, because originally this was a man's job, and now she's forced by economy, and she's forced by the household demands, the household needs. Like now she got to be in this workforce. So like that would be the leniency. You know what I mean? That would be the leniency. But of course it's not that anymore. So that ship has sailed. That bridge has been crossed and it has been blown up. Excuse me. So yeah. But you got to take the good with the bad, and things are looking up. It's ugly right now, but it's not gonna be ugly for long. Okay. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups, y'all. It's not gonna be ugly for long, y'all. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. It's ugly right now. His intentions is for everybody to benefit. Everybody's gonna benefit, and you know, if he says the downfall of America is over with, then that's just what it is. You know, at least we know that those drones and stuff wasn't aliens. At least we know that, and those drones was part of something that Biden had did basically like in the dark. He signed some papers and stuff like that, and that's kind of where them drones came from. Something about extensive amount of research or something like that dealing with it. So glad they weren't aliens or nothing like that because I was definitely thinking that I might have to shoot one, like just take a shot at one. Um, and a lot of stuff was just spilling out about Biden, and America has its fair share of regretting presidents. And I think Biden has made that list. And Kamala made the list too, even though she didn't even make president. She made that list too. Her intentions was very clear. It wasn't vague. She wasn't being vague about nothing. Her intentions was very clear. She wanted to be the HBIC and or head be in charge. You feel me? So that was her motive. Her motive was to be walking around here like freaking Cruella Deville with 101 freaking Dalmatians. And the Dalmatian coats and all that stuff, the Jaguar and all that crap, like, basically a super female villain. So, like I said, America has its fair share of presidents that is regretted. And Kamala made that list, and she ain't even, she didn't even have the credentials. For all I know, she probably was giving Biden the booty. She probably was giving Biden the booty, man. She probably was like, "Yeah, he come over here. Yeah, we gonna do some homework. Come on, Biden. Come to the house with me, and let's just go over some documents, Biden, if you want to." And then next thing you know, Biden pull up. He bringing out the wine. You know what I'm saying? He bringing out the wine. So yeah, y'all, it's gonna get ugly first. It's gonna get ugly first before you get to the good. And I'm a leader, and I believe in correcting all wrongs, and I believe in holding everyone accountable for their actions and their role in condoning things and turning blind eyes. I believe in all that, and that's what Trump is doing. Trump is completely holding everyone accountable, and he is correcting things that should have been corrected a long time ago. And also, I feel that the police force are overlooked, and I feel that a lot of things was put in place to increase crime and increase the nature of the crime, so the task force or the police force can feel more important or be seen as really needed. And my rights has been violated multiple times via the police departments, and I feel that there's a virus in there. The police department is infected with entitlement and clan members. Charles K. A lot of our presidents that we regret sadly are forgotten about, and we don't learn our lesson. As for aliens invading Earth, you might be interested in the dark forest. Well, I won't go to the dark forest because it ain't named dark forest for no reason. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not saying aliens don't exist. I'm just saying that at least we know that Biden is about 75% behind all of that. I will say that. I'll say that. And again, I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for communicating with me. Um, so, and well, I'm in North Carolina, man, and w- we got it bad. We got it bad, man. And it's like down here, the lawyers, I can't even name a good lawyer. I can't even, yeah, or a good attorney. I can't really do that because they all are gunning to get money out of you. You're gonna pay that lawyer, or you're gonna pay the attorney, whatever, and then you're gonna pay the court. So I feel like the justice system is completely broken. It is broken, broken, broken. And I feel that all the borders was open and stuff like that to create crime, to generate crime, and to basically up the level of the nature of the crime. Yeah. Also, I'm getting so sick of hearing officer safety. These police officers are running around here with pepper spray, taser, and a 40 Glock or whatever that is, and a nightstick. I mean, it's officer safety. I haven't seen not one civilian walking around with all of those things at the same time. But officer safety though, and that's why folks is really ready to like blast them because they got all of that officer safety going on, and nobody's stepping in front of a bullet for the civilian. Nobody's doing that. Like they barely want to run through a burning building. You know, you got to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good, however you want to call it. Well, Trump is a super leader, and um, he's correct in all of this stuff. So, and time is going to show. You just got to give it time and give those executive orders to really kind of seat and sprout roots. Like give them executive orders time to work for you. um, and just block out all the negative stuff that people are saying. Have faith, because it's not like you're able to fill out an application to be president and you land an interview. So right now Trump is probably the best president running up right now. I ain't never seen a president sign so many freaking executive orders, and I'm talking about he started shipping these people out of here. He started shipping them out of here, and then when Colombia, when Colombia said, "No, we don't want that," what? No, you want it, and you're gonna take it, or it's gonna be some consequences and repercussions in here, starting tonight, starting tomorrow morning. And Colombia said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." I was just playing. I was just playing. Listen, we'll send our planes. We'll send our planes. And that's how that went. Excuse me. And that's how that went. So I've been up here 45 minutes, well, 43 minutes, 44 minutes, which on average, that's how long I'm up here. I'm up here for that amount of time. Uh, we can talk more about this possibly tomorrow. If I do go back live tonight, it's probably going to be about the Bible, because I do read the Bible, and I do try to reach people and allow God to use me to speak to other people. So just make sure you guys like this live. Make sure you subscribe if you want to keep up with me. My life is pretty random, and I am blessed to be alive. I'm not gonna lie to you. As hard as life is right now for me, I could have like taken myself out a long time ago, and things could have taken me out a long time ago. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about police and family. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in, and you guys, this live has really made me happy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So Charles K, shout out to Charles K, shout out to Mark, um, shout out to you guys, shout out to Chillin, Henry Elders, shout out to you guys for taking the time out to communicate, you know, and we're gonna get through this. That's right, my man. Keep it positive. Give it time. Got to, man. Got to. And another thing before I go, one thing that I've learned is not to let the left hand know what the right hand doing. So if your weakness is women, which I think that's like almost every man's weakness, I guess, like just don't give them so much. And don't really let them know what your vision is. Because you got women, like it's like if a woman tell you what she want in a man, that's her. That's you having the cheat code, cheat sheet, right? And you don't want a woman to tell you what she want in a man. You want to be that on your own without even trying, right? So I'm gonna try to stay positive, and you guys are always on my mind. I love you guys. All right. So make sure you guys like it, comment on some other stuff I got going on my page and my videos. I do got music up there. I do make my own music, but all of this is not in accordance to that, though. You know, what you see is what you get. This is me. I am an outdoorsman, but you'll see why I'm not an outdoorsman no more. The city freaking took my truck and everything in it. I was a mobile mechanic and everything, and they just took it. And you go on my videos, you will see. All right, but thanks, guys. Love you guys. Peace. Doo, 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 doo. Thank you for tuning in.